When I was teaching in the classroom here at Faith Baptist School and looking around at the musicians that I served with in the church, I realized there was a difference, and I did not have education in music like they did. And so there were holes in my knowledge. And at that point, I decided that I needed to go back and get that education if it was possible. And I began researching what my options might be in order to get that done. From my youngest years, I can remember hearing music in my home in the old-fashioned stereos. We'd lay down on the floor and put our ears right next to the stereo and enjoy listening and hearing the bass. And music was always a part. And my mom was the one who put it on. My mom was the one who drove us to choir. My mom was the one who paid for our lessons. Both of my parents were my inspiration for going into both business and music. While my mom was very artistic and a teacher, a Christian educator herself for her whole life, my dad worked in the business world, but he loved music as well, and they both invested in me heavily so that I might enjoy that musical part of me that I think they both saw. And so when they both passed on within 5 years of one another, they left a small inheritance from myself and my sisters, and we thought about what would honor mom and dad. And one of the things that we thought about, in fact, my husband actually brought it up first, was why don't you use some of that inheritance money and let your parents continue to invest in your music? And as I thought about that, it touched my heart very deeply. It still touches my heart. I have a hard time saying it. But to know that what they started investing in me from my earliest days, and as a teenager and as a young adult, that they could invest in now, even being in heaven, was just a lovely thought. And so that was when I thought, well, if Bob Jones would accept me, then I might have the financial means to do this, because my mom and dad might still be taking care of my school bill. And as I learned more about what was available in music education and what things I could do, I began to see a vision for the future. The music education master's degree at Bob Jones University equips you to teach at a level that is more excellent. It gives you the tools that you need. You have professors that will invest in you personally, answer your questions, be patient with you. As a full-time Christian educator, I was able to get a discount through SCOPE, which was also very, very amazing to me. And so I was very thankful for the fact that SCOPE is organized in such a way that you have the flexibility to do it at your time. I was a little bit behind the 8 ball as well, because I didn't have an undergrad degree in music, and so I had to get extra tutoring on the side. So it took me more hours than the typical student, but I was able to accomplish that even at my stage in life. It was hard. It was absolutely rigorous academically, but I wouldn't have had it any other way. If I'm going to pay for an education, I want a good one. In the middle of my grad work, I contracted COVID and had a really tough time with it, and I wondered if I would even be able to finish my degree with SCOPE, because I knew I was going to need time to heal. I had to drop a class, and I was discouraged, but it was amazing to me that my professors and the administrative staff encouraged me not to quit, but to pick back up as soon as I started feeling better and finish the course. And it was just very kind and merciful and just encouraging. My approach to teaching has completely changed since my grad work. I am so much more informed about what is out there as far as options for teaching tools. I have a philosophy of music education that lines up with the Bible, and it is excellent educationally. I understand how to access and apply state standards and national standards to my teaching to hold myself accountable. I am equipped now, and that gives me confidence as I stand before my students and as I speak to my parents and my fellow educators. It is a whole different ballgame for me now. I'm a confident teacher, and I'm confident because I know that what I'm giving them is what they're supposed to have, and that's what I did not have before. I was doing it as a natural athlete, if you will, and doing a lot of good things, but now I'm trained, and it makes all the difference in my approach and how I see myself, which changes how my students see me and how my parents see me and their confidence in me. My parents have left quite a legacy through what they have given to me and how I'm living that out, how I am stewarding the inheritance that they've left for me. They are still influencing hundreds of people, even though they're already in heaven, and it's quite an amazing thing. If you are thinking about a graduate degree in music, give SCOPE a look. Check out all the different things across the board and how it compares. Think about what you're going to get from a biblical perspective and excellent advisors. And remember this, if you are willing to work hard, then SCOPE will totally work for you.